Hey, welcome to another update on Archmage Rises, here from Archmage Rises headquarters. And wherever you are, Nick.
Portlandia, Thomas.
You are at Archmage Rises satellite location in Portland. So, it is not intentional, but I am wearing my Scotland shirt again today. And I will tell you why. Because when I do laundry, because my wife won't, when I do laundry and then I take all my shirts and I throw them into the closet and then I wear them in order. And it just so happens that, I don't know, the order in which I wear them is the order in which they get laundered, which becomes the order in which I wear them again. So forever hitting Scotland on Fridays. That's what's happening here.
That's right.
So we are here to give a short little update. Because there's not really a whole lot to say this week. I was away at Gen Con last week and had a nice 10-hour drive back with my wife and 3 small children and my mother, who helps us watch them. And most everybody was sick in the minivan.
Oh boy.
Not like throwing up all over the place. Not like a terrible movie. But anyways, everybody got sick because baby James, who is 18 months old, he got sick, and then he went and got everybody else sick, and we all came back sick. So this week's I've been, tons of fun. So I've basically just been recovering from all that, both being away and being sick.
Did you subject them to your History of Rome podcast?
You better believe it. History of Rome podcast is the greatest, man. There are so many awesome stories coming out of that thing. Yeah, that's the best.
That's great.
When my wife's like, I'm not driving anymore, you drive. Then I'm like, okay, fine. You all have to listen to the History of Rome. That'll teach you to make Dad drive. Although we do have a DVD player for the kids in the back seat, and they have headphones on and stuff, so really it's just making my wife listen to it.
Nice.
She can appreciate it. She is a poli-sci student. That was her undergrad, and she specialized in communism.
Oh, nice.
So there you go. She studied everything that was going on in Russia, and they kind of imploded, and it's not really that useful anymore.
Well, maybe one day.
Yes.
Once China or Russia rules the world.
Well, I really think China's holding the flag there for communism now, but I don't even think it's the same kind of communism that Russia had, but what do I know? I didn't go to school for it. So, in my sickness, I have been playing RimWorld. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, isn't that the game where you're controlling a colony of people on a hostile planet, trying to keep them fed and clothed?
Yeah, it's like Dwarf Fortress that actually plays good.
Mm-hmm. It's got pictures.
You've seen pictures. Oh, that's good. Well, I've actually played it. Here's the hilarious thing. Sid Meier comes out with a new game, Civ 6. I won't pay full price for that. And then some indie guy comes along and makes RimWorld. And I'm like, yeah, here's my money. Here you go. It's like, I don't know how you find it, Nick, but it's like the game industry is completely inverted, where the indies get top dollar and the AAA is like, oh, that's not enough of a discount.
Yeah, I think it's just that, indies are willing to take risks, and that's, I want to play something different. I want to play something, I don't know. It feels like a lot of AAA games are just reskinning the same thing, and I've already played that, so that's why I'd rather. I feel like you get more by paying less sometimes.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, I think it was a week ago or so that For Honor was free for the weekend, and that was a game that I've kind of been following and very interested in. The designer, Jamie, I don't know, Vander Boofen, or I forget exactly his name, but anyways, I was kind of interested in what he designed and whatever. So when it was free, I was like, hey, great. And then I downloaded it. My family was away, and I was like, hell, this is a great time in order to be able to try this game out, right? And I start playing it and stuff, and I was like, it's fun. Now, maybe people watching this, they enjoy For Honor. I'm not taking anything away from that. Just like, I don't know, I just felt like it's different. Yes, the melee combat was like good and everything, but it just wasn't enough different. It was still third person, run around, attack people, kind of thing. And stuff. So, and then I get RimWorld, where I went and tamed 2 turkeys, 1 male and 1 female, and then they made eggs, and so I built a little coop, and I put the eggs in there, and then the eggs wouldn't hatch because the temperature, there was like a heat wave going on, the temperature got too high, and it killed the eggs, and I was all upset, and so I'm gonna put air conditioning into the chicken coop so I can get it, and then they finally fertilized and made some new eggs, and then those eggs hatched, and I got 5 little turkeys running around in my colony, and I'm like, yeah, like this game's the best, you know, like, I don't know, it's so weird that I get, you know, so much gratification out of this little indie game, and For Honor, I'm like, meh, it's pretty, it's nice, hit people with swords. RimWorld also has hitting people with swords. They have melee weapons as well as guns. And so today I was crafting some long swords out of wood.
Oh, that sounds underwhelming.
Well, because I'm cheap, I don't want to use the steel.
Yeah.
And I was just making them for trade anyway. There's another colony off to the west that I'm trading with. They got some metal components that I need, and I'm hoping that these swords will help me get some metal components. Anyway, so the reason I got RimWorld was because I read some stuff about it. They talked about emergent story and AI storytelling, and you know, how the interaction between the colonists are, and I was like, oh man, there's like a lot of Archmage-ish features in this RimWorld game, and so, you know, whenever that happens, and it's happened several times, like you sent me a link to one a while ago about NPCs that go bizarre and start killing everybody. And you know, I feel like, oh no, like our time to hit the market and be the first is slowly like disappearing, right? And so, you know, I have some fear when I fire these games up. I'm like, oh no, like I really want those features, I really want to play them, but I want to be the first to release them. So anyway, so I fire up RimWorld, I start playing it. Nah, it's nothing like what Archmage is going to be. Like, it's cool, it's good, I like it, but the kind of world, the depth of the relationships and all that stuff is it's not anything like what Archmage is going to be. Good. So as long as we release before 2020, I think we're good.
Let's hope.
Yeah. So speaking of releases, we're working on the build, get it out to people. And how is that progressing for you?
For me, I'm assuming you're talking to me. It's coming good.
Whoever's out there, whoever would like to answer the question.
Yeah, put it in the comments. I'm still working on the character sheet. Specifically this week, I spent most of my time on the magic panel. So if you remember that from a couple weeks back, that allows you to select any of your spells and see your upgrades. So, you know, like your fireball, you can get an upgrade that allows it to do more splash damage, that type of stuff. So basically getting all that UI in so you can tinker with your spells. That's coming great.
Spell tinkering, very good.
That's right.
I don't really have much more to add to that. I did work on the game, and I worked on fishing. I don't even want to admit that I spent more time on the fishing, but there was a few things that I just wanted to tweak and make a little better. So there's really nothing else to say the rest is under the hood stuff that doesn't matter. So yeah.
It's okay to be excited about fishing, Thomas. I won't tell anybody.
Now, there's so many other things that need to be worked on that I went and tweaked the fishing some more. Something wrong with me. Anyway, so we're working on build 11 and trying to get it ready, and that's all we have to say really for this week. I guess, and we'll see you next week.
Okay.
Great, bye.
Bye.